weekend. We'll get into it here in just a minute. Let me shut this door real quick. So I hope everybody had a good weekend. Mine was busy, but that's about par for the course. Very busy week at work. Yeah. What's up, Taftwood? How you doing, bro? How'd your guys do today? Did they play? We got Monday night. So I'm gonna get into all the beefs on YouTube. Eey. Oh, bye week. Nice. That's cool. Chance to get some people healthier and rested. I think our bye week is like week 14. So way overdue. Way overdue. Our guys are tired. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. So, yeah, busy week. We had a lot of rain in SoCal, and I work outside. So, yeah, that sucked. And it was really busy because I work the yard for a retail big box outlet, and the Black Friday push is on. What's up, Blake? What's up, Big E? Yeah, we need that bye week right now, to be honest. Man, we're starting to get some guys back, but that rest will help. Not a whole lot. Man, I pretty much slept the day away. I didn't get off work until like 6 a.m. this morning. Drove home. By the time I got to sleep, it was 8:30. The Bengals didn't win today. I know the Browns did. Shedeur Sanders looked good against the Raiders, for what that's worth. Higgins got hurt. I didn't watch the game live, but yeah, just chilling with my cat. We finally starting to dry up over here. You guys too? No, we're drying up as well. Yeah, earlier in the week, midweek last week we had a lot of rain though, and usually the high desert don't get that much, so it don't take a whole lot, and everything starts flooding. Not like into the house or anything, but just like puddling water on the roads and stuff. This place wasn't built for that kind of weather. Yeah, that was rough. I guess he's in concussion protocol now. So raining like a MF. A homie showed me a vid of Sandy Creek runs through the middle of Taft. It's a dried up oil ditch. It was, oh wow. Yeah, that's wild, bro. Yeah. Kind of the same here. There's a um like a dry wash not too far from where I'm at, a couple miles down the road. And there's a lot of homeless folks that congregate over there, live over there, whatever, tent city type thing, I guess. And yeah, when we get some good rain, like that place washes out, it's terrible. It's Nellio says, "Are you Canadian?" No, I am not. I'm from Southern California. I'm American, I guess. German and Irish. But so let's get into it a little bit. So this week, I always put YouTube on and just put like an earbud in while I'm working and listen to what's going on the YouTube Yarda. And man, there's like a bunch of beef right now. I know drama sells, but damn. Uh like you got Dubs, you got Gunner, you got High Power Fitness, you got Chicano Tube, you got Exposed Tube, I think it is. You got Bam Bam. Like, oh my God, like everybody's going in on Dubs and Gunner, and I used to listen to their content, Um, I used to like Dub's channel, but one thing I notice about Dubs, he preaches a good message, but when he gets on the lives and he's drinking, he ain't changed, you know? He wants to go in on people and then blame it on the alcohol. That ain't no excuse if you ask me. You know what I mean? Uh, well, he's kind of staying. I don't really see him in the mix of all this. Tapwood, you know what I mean? Which I think is smart. I mean, you get views out of that, but like it's draining to me listening to it. Like there's channels that are I'm talking about Dubs and Gunner and Chemoflix, uh, Bam Bam, Exposed Tube, all these guys. High Power Fitness. Um, that when someone is drunk, the truth seems to come. Oh yeah, that truth serum. You see the real person. You really do. And I think if you build a platform based on, I actually agree with Splinter in one of his last videos he made about Yeah, I seen that one, and you know, I agree. Like he was, I never got transferred out of state, but from what I understood, yeah, they weren't sending those types of people there. You know what I mean? And the thing is, if if you don't know what you're talking about, you should probably just shut up. Um, I know it's content and it pays, but sometimes people just sound stupid when they're talking about things they don't know. Like I'll watch I'll listen to some of these channels rather because I gotta have something in my ear, otherwise my mind's a dangerous place. So yeah, absolutely, Tapwood. Unless you've been in, that's why I don't talk about the shoe. I don't talk about what it's like to be on a level 4 180. I never experienced any of that stuff. You know, and in some of my earlier videos, I tried to touch on that stuff based on but what I've heard others say. But at the same time, I've never really been one to just regurgitate what others say because if I don't know, I don't know. And you know, especially having been to prison, you should understand if it's not your business, then you need to stay out of it because you're playing a dangerous game. I mean, I know we're in the real world and it's a different thing than in there, but they are drunk because they are sober. They can't get the balls to say how they feel. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But like I've never really followed JD Delay like that. Like I'll if something pops up on my feed, I might check it out. You know what I mean? But that's goes for a lot of these channels. I mean, if it's a slow night at work and I don't have like they're in a football podcast or something I can listen to, a lot of times I'll just go to the homepage and click on something and just play next, play next, play next, and I end up all over the place with that. But it's just something in my ear. Um, but yeah, too many too many people tend to speak about shit they don't know about, and that can be dangerous. What I like is what's funny to me, and like I'll just click to the next video, is when some of these channels they like to talk about the big four in California, the organizations, and when they mispronounce like when they say the sir, I'm like, you obviously don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So I just go to the next one. Like if you can't even say the name of the organization correctly, and for those of you that know, you know what I'm talking about. Uh, the sir, come on. But yeah, like a lot of people, they'll get news articles or stuff like that, and then they make a whole video and they act like they're an expert on the situation when you know damn well they're not. Maybe they've probably never even been to Cali, but they're trying to talk about Cali prison politics. You know what I mean? And these guys, I don't know if all of these guys that are involved in this big YouTube Yarda riot right now, because you got the resistance, the so-called Four Horsemen, and then you got Dubs and Jay Hands and Gunner and some of these other folks on the other side, and they just make videos going back and forth, and like I don't know, I don't know. Some of these guys they're still in prison. I think, to be honest with you, you know what I mean. Trying to compare text, yeah, and I don't care much for that either. You know what I mean. So that's probably correct. I mean, a lot of people are getting a bag just going in on Dubs, and to a certain extent, I would say Dubs he's reaping what he sowed. You know what I mean? There's allegation. Well, I mean, basically, they're saying he went to the SNY side, and allegedly he was involved with some heavy hitters amongst his organization, and I don't know how things were 8 years ago, 10 years ago, whenever it was that he went to that other side. But, back then, like, you had to do a whole debriefing thing, as I understand it. And, if they didn't think you were totally forthcoming, they'll threaten to send you back out there to the GP where you were no longer welcome because you already rolled it up. And, I'm not going to pretend like I've ever been on a level 4 180. I don't know what that is. I know what I've heard, but, it's not a very safe place. We'll just say, you know what I mean? Arguments tend to get solved with sharp objects there. So, if you turn on the group that you were a part of, then you ain't got nothing coming. Well, you got something coming, but it's not what you want. You know what I mean? So, I wasn't there. I don't know what Dubs did. And to be honest with you, it don't affect my day-to-day life either way. But, I used to follow his channel. I used to enjoy his content. He seemed the part. Well, he is the part. He did a long stretch in prison. You know what I mean? So as for that part, that checks out. You know what I mean? But, he will not talk about that other side. And I don't know why, because I think it would make good content. I think a lot of people would watch. Initially, when I kind of got drawn into the YouTube Yarda, it was Savage Studios, because here was this Southsider guy, well, ex-Southsider guy, who was openly speaking about being on SNY and being this 2-5er, and I had never heard none of that stuff, you know what I mean? So to a certain extent, it was kind of fascinating to me. Like, wow, like he's not afraid to speak on it. And it didn't end well for him, you know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. If you're just trying to make the content and get the bag, why wouldn't you speak about that? It doesn't really make sense. Yeah, and I think I seen that one, Taftwood, where Ronnie Harrell went in on him, said he was going to get his starfish or something. Oh, should be more focused on their family. Yeah, I agree with you, Big E. I think Savage's mouth kind of, yeah, absolutely. The thing is, maybe Savage had too much heart, and in the fact that, like, he would tell people to pull up and wasn't afraid to disclose his location. You know what I mean? When he had disrespected some people, they said that he got drunk on a live. Once again, alcohol coming into play. Like that seems to be the demise of a lot of these YouTubers. Uh, yeah, and he was about it. Tapwood. I never really had any doubt in my mind. I mean, yeah, he crossed over. He was no good by GP standards anymore, but that don't change the fact that if you're about the business, you're about the business. I mean, I don't think that changes, but yeah, I think he had more confidence than was good for him. I guess you would say. I mean, rest in peace to that man. He's no longer with us, but hey, what's up, Brandon in Palm Beach? How you doing, brother? It's been a while. Rest R.I.P. to Rascal and Savage. Absolutely. Yeah, rest in peace to both of those. I've been kind of watching Nate Dogg 916 lately. Uh, he says that I think that was his brother, he says. I think he's got some pretty decent content. He's going in on some people that were disrespectful to his brother, and rightfully so. But Nate Dogg, he seems like he's living the American dream now, if you will, right? Like he's not doing the stuff that landed him in prison too. But at the same time, he's not gonna stand for people disrespecting his brother and the dead, for that matter. Like, uh, with Rascal, that dude was smart. You know what I mean? And like, he had kids, he had health issues. I can, in a way, I can relate to that man, and rest in peace to him. Like, the thing is, with a lot of us on YouTube, and I'm not putting myself in the category of any of these other people because they have much larger platforms than I do. But what you see on camera isn't necessarily like you see, as far as I'm willing to pull the curtain back. Let's just say, you know what I mean? There's a lot more going on in my life than you see on YouTube, and that I'm willing to share on YouTube, for that matter. You know what I mean? But and I think that's the case with a lot of these guys. You are introduced to the personality that is on screen, with the vast majority of people that are on YouTube. How long they're going to be alive for, and they seem more focused on internet beef instead of the holidays and their family. Yeah, and to be honest with you, Ezekiel, like, I really love the holiday season. I love, like, next weekend we're gonna bring out the Christmas tree. We have the grandkids come over and decorate the Christmas tree, and my wife started that tradition a while back, and like, I love that. Like, we went and bought some new lights for the outside of the house, and my son-in-law Q, who's a moderator on here, I haven't seen him in here yet tonight, but hopefully he's going to get over sometime this week and put those new lights up. And like, I love the holiday season, and I think sometimes people, they take life for granted, that that it's always going to be there, right? I have a good friend at work. He's dealing with some things right now. His son is not well, and it really brings me to reality when I want to, I get there to start the day, and I want to go in there and complain about what's going on in life. This damn car's screwing up, and oh, my touchscreen stopped working, and it's working again now. But when it was raining, like, one day I got to work, and all of a sudden the touchscreen went black. And I'm like, motherfuck, like, what else could go wrong? But then that friend, he doesn't say anything about it, but it puts it into perspective that, what, life happens, guys. And things happen and we do our best to correct them and to make things better. But as long as you are still alive and kicking and you have your health or at least somewhat good health, we have another day to fight the battle, you know? Um, Not everybody gets that, you know? So um, I'm good just getting home from work. Oh, that's good to hear, Brandon. I'm glad you're doing well, brother. Whatever happened to Hoodst? I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while. You're talking about Lucky, right? I haven't seen anything from him in a while. I don't know what's going on. Well, I got home an hour ago, says Brandon of Palm Beach, but I did a live in my car while I was waiting to come in board because nobody else was live. You got a channel, Brandon of Palm Beach? It, what's the name of it? I'll be sure to subscribe. They got a Fed YouTube yard now too, right? How good are you at darts? Not very good. I'm decent, bro. I'm decent. Eric Foss is a decent channel too. He did a bunch of time in Big Bloody Sandy. Okay, I'll have to check that out, bro. Have a great Christmas. I know how serious them Latinas take that, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like the holidays can be such a headache, right? Like going to these crowded stores and shit and getting trying to find the perfect present for everybody. And we have a really large family, you know. We got 10 grandkids, got 4 kids, and then you know their mates, their husbands and wives, and uh you know, like I just it can be such a pain in the ass sometimes trying to get to the point to where you're ready for Christmas. But I just like I love the holiday season. I, I really enjoy it. That's what the holidays are about. It shouldn't be about beef and how much you hate someone. It should be about family. Say that shit. Yeah. She and that. My grandmother is 101 years old. I'm going to Thanksgiving with her. The first Thanksgiving I have not worked in 20 years. Be her love. Well, that's good that you're going to be able to spend some time with her, Brandon, at Palm Beach. And hopefully she has more Thanksgivings, you know? I mean, we never know, right? Thank you, Lord, for one more day, says Tapwood, right? Any day above the grass is a good thing. Yes, sir. Thank you, Anthony France. What's your favorite holiday made up by humans? 101. I smoke and drink. I will never make it as far as. Man, I hear you on that one, Brandon of Palm Beach. You know, my grandma, I think she was 87. Like, I, I'm very realistic about, excuse me, about this life and how it's going to go. And I will not see 87. You know what I mean? So I hear you. My grandparents cut us off at a certain age and only got gifts, took a break till they had a great grandkids. Right? Yes, sir. Uh, most of the people who live to that age have never enjoyed. Yeah, absolutely. What's your favorite thing to eat on Thanksgiving besides? I'm not really a big turkey guy. I like ham. I like those. What is that? The honey glazed hams. That's bomb. Excuse me. And then I like the potato salad. I like the sides and stuff too. You know. Um, Appreciate you guys. Here's a tip for Christmas: hack into your family members' Amazon wish list and buy gifts for them. That's a good idea. Leftover turkey. Oh yeah, those leftover turkey sandwiches are definitely bomb. Definitely. Recreational dart player at best, Brandon. Uh, you know, maybe on a night where we ain't got much going on, we might come out here and play some darts. We got a little foosball table and stuff. Yeah, recreational at best, bro. Absolutely. You may absolutely call me Bobby, Brandon. I appreciate that. You like sweet potatoes and the dressings? That's good. Green bean casserole is fire, right? Yeah, my wife makes this. It's what is it? It's there's like peas in it. Not my cup of tea, but it's very popular amongst the family as well. Just came across your channel somehow, Al, but seemed like a good dude. I appreciate that, Anthony, and I appreciate you tapping in. Yeah, I mean, this channel like is based on sobriety and recovery from alcoholism and addiction, but I kind of I pretty much only do lives on the weekend, Sunday and Monday. Uh, Sometimes Saturday if I'm not working. It just depends on, like, it's really busy at work right now, so I'm working all the Saturdays. But yeah, that's kind of what it's based on. We talk about whatever, it's a very open feed. If you have a question or something, we jump into it. I work in a country club. My special the day after Thanksgiving is always leftover sandwich, which is stuffing, cranberry sauce, gravy, turkey on rye bread, and I sell out. That sounds good. Yeah, that's right. You, you got to enjoy that time with your loved ones, bro, because, you know, you hope that there's going to be plenty more holiday seasons to come. But even as a younger person, like, you just don't know. You just don't know. Like, life happens. I always say that. But, like, for instance, I drive up and down the Cajon Pass to work most days. And, there's like so many fatal accidents that occur. And I'm sure when those people left the house, they like, as an example, I was at work last night and I almost had an accident. And like, I have been with my company almost 8 years and never had an accident. And I pull up and I swing around to back the trailer into the door. And as I'm swinging around, it's a little windy, but it's not windy enough to be concerned of tip overs, blow overs. But I look back, I'm watching my trailer as I set up to back into the door, and I hear this creaking sound, and the tires on the side that I can see come up off the ground about that much. And my heart started jumping out of my chest. I I'd be a damn fool if I told you otherwise. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you that really gets the adrenaline going. I had to get out of the truck for a few minutes and cool down because, you know, if it were really windy, it would be understandable why something like that might happen if it were an empty trailer. This was a loaded trailer. This was a regular 53-foot dry van, which are generally very stable trailers to pull. And, excuse me, and I just couldn't explain why that happened. And it bugged me bad. But it goes to the point of, had that rolled over, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you guys right now. I'm not saying I necessarily wouldn't be alive, but it's definitely a possibility. Them yard trucks that we drive, there ain't much to them. And, like it's a dangerous job, basically, if you're not on your A game. And I'm typically am, so that was even more surprising. You know what I mean? But um, that in an alcoholic, I didn't know that I'm an alcoholic. Had no idea. Are you an alcoholic, Anthony? Learn your grandma's recipe so that you can. That's great advice, actually, about learning the recipes and traditions. I'm like really big on traditions, guys. like stuff that like our parents did, like we try to continue that stuff, because I think it's important. I'm sorry to hear that you're going through a bad time, Anthony. If you're dealing with alcoholism, um, if you haven't already, maybe you might want to see if you can find an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting in your area and just go check it out. Like you don't necessarily have to speak or anything. Uh, Typically, at the beginning of the meeting, they'll ask if there's any newcomers, and just raise your hand, let them know that you're new, and uh, that's really all you have to do. You know what I mean? And just listen to the message, and maybe it will help. I am an alcoholic. I'm trying to get sober, but and it is hard, Brandon. So you're sober. That's great. I am. I've been sober since uh, August of 2004. What's today's topic? We started on YouTube beef. Now we're talking about the holidays, which I like better. What's up, Vic? How you doing, bro? Uh, yeah, right. We're kind of talking about the holidays and family and the importance of family, and I like that topic a lot better than the YouTube yard beef. So, and of course, we're doing recovery. Real, the only stuff I can cook is frozen food like chicken nuggets and pizza rolls. I wouldn't trust myself. Yeah, but you know what though? You can always learn, bro. Yeah, and okay, so I'm way behind on the comments. This is RW. What is RW? Yeah, I've been CDL holder since '09. So for a while, I just do yard now though. Yeah, absolutely. Is there a little Mexican guy named Flores? No, I don't know anybody named Flores. Oh, okay, that's cool. OTS kind of embarrassing. My life savings and my children's college funds. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Uh, I am. I'm a truck driver. Yeah. No, it's all good, Anthony. It's all good. Yeah, definitely mods. Let's make sure we're getting those bad comments out of the way so we don't need to worry about that. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and become a part of the conversation. Nitrogen Bob. I like that. What's up, Nitro Bob? How you doing tonight, brother? What's up, Hidden Dragon? Yeah, so we started off on the beef in the YouTube Yarda, and we moved on rather quickly. And I like that about these lives. Like I can set a topic to talk about, and the conversation can go a whole different way. It's the vibe of the chat. So we are we are 6 days on the road, and I'm gonna make it home tonight. I used to do OTR. I followed true crime and ended up here tonight. LOL. I drink and hate it. Hey, you know what, bro? It's one day at a time. And honestly, if you're dealing with alcohol issues, if you've been drinking for a while, it might not be just so easy as to say, I need to quit. But you may need some detox as well, because you know, going cold turkey from alcohol can kill you. I mean, depending on the situation, you know what I mean? Uh, Master Dig Cheese says, what do you think of the radicalist Islamic takeover of the United States? I don't really do politics on here, bro. I've been seeing some stuff. Hey, good night, Brandon. I appreciate you tapping in. Yeah, I'm kind of touching on that right now. Um, yeah, I don't really do politics on here. Um, you know, if you guys want to talk about that in the chat, as long as you can be respectful, I'm okay with that. But I don't really dig too deep into that stuff just because, depending on if you're on the left or the right, then hey, I appreciate that, Brandon. You be safe out there as well, brother. I really appreciate you tapping in. I should be back on tomorrow night if you want to tap in with us. What's 550 divided by 2? What is this, math class? That's really simple mathematics, but that's 275. Sorry, giving the baby a bath, and he's a daredevil, so missed some comment. That's okay. That is absolutely fine. Take care of those babies. Missed some comments, but I hear you. I like a good ham over turkey. Dried turkey, yeah, dried turkey, definitely not. But yeah, I really enjoy the ham. I'm watching, bro. It's all good. Yeah, we got some new lights, Q. So at some point, if you live in the high desert, Q is the man when it comes to putting up lights. You have to hit him up. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty mellow in here tonight, so but yeah, the holidays are coming up. We got Thanksgiving. Okay, you know what? If I get on tomorrow night, it'll probably be right after the Niner game. So maybe 7, 8 o'clock, probably 8 o'clock. Jesus is God. Yes, he is. Sub to your channel. Don't know much about you. I appreciate that, Anthony. I got videos up on where my addiction took me and my alcoholism took me to incarceration and other places. So if you want to hear a little bit of my backstory, you can check out some of those. And Tapwood is still doing his thing. That's awesome, bro. Shout out to you. I always, there's nights where I don't really feel like turning this thing on and doing this, but then when I hear from Tapwood, from E, from a lot of you guys that are regulars in here, it makes it worth turning it on, So, shout out to all of you guys. Hi, Luna. Yeah, we're very proud of you, Taft. Coming from, yeah, I do too, to be honest with you. Yeah, I get just as much out of this as everyone else does, in my opinion, so I appreciate you all, It's our little group session, exactly. Hey, what's up, Solid? How you doing tonight? Hope you are well. I saw Jesus Christ. Come on, bro, really? Yeah. Yeah, I seen your live the other day. I didn't catch it live though. But yeah. And it gets that way sometimes, man, the comments are starting to move. Okay, I had to take out some trash. Yeah. Maybe I can stop by your channel. Absolutely, we'd love to have you, Anthony. Sorry, I'm reading the comments. I'm not laughing at you, Anthony. But yeah, we typically go live on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Saturday if I'm not working. Otherwise, Sunday, Monday. Typically 8 or 9 o'clock California time, Pacific time. So, yeah, feel free to join us whenever you want to. If you subscribe and hit that notification bell, it will let you know when I go live. So, I appreciate that. Ambi says like and subscribe. Thank you, baby. A little upset on the live, but I keep it. Yeah, and that's all you really can do, right? Is to just, you feel a certain way. That's what it is, and your circumstances are tough. But I think you have a lot of support out here. Yeah, we started off tonight talking about all the beef on the YouTube Yarda. The Yarda. Like this YouTube thing is funny to me. Hey, I appreciate meeting you as well, Anthony. Um, some people play politics on this YouTube thing like they're still in prison. Uh, fog when they're down. Yeah, yeah, and I'm glad you do. You guys, if you haven't already, go check out Solid Behind Blue Eyes. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I think some people just take it way too seriously, like it's the internet. You know what I mean? But at the same time, come to India. I welcome you. Thank you. Already timed him out for a minute. He didn't need 300 seconds. Call him. Calm down, dog. 300 seconds? You're making me do math here. On this channel, it's a very smart thing. You wouldn't believe the beef I've been getting into. Yeah, people take that stuff so seriously. And like, sometimes I get into it. I listen to the podcasts and stuff. I'm following, uh, you know, like I get all into it, especially election years. But like right now, like I don't listen to none of that stuff. That's why I'm listening to all this stuff on YouTube. Like I worked 12 hours last night, and um, I'm just kind of letting YouTube run. The next just a video play, and I'm just listening. You know, uh, and everybody's beefing and people going in on each other, and it's entertaining to a certain extent, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I don't do politics here. People get crazy with that. uh so yeah, what happened? Who said what? Yeah, and unfortunately with the trolls, like it just it they're it seems like they're always going to be there. The keyboard warriors, the cell soldiers. You know, give me just a minute, guys.
All right, baby, I'm gonna go get Bella. I'll be back later.
Where's that?
She had toy sauce, remember?
I didn't even realize she was
Oh
gone.
my gosh. I'm gonna
give
try
me
to see.
give me just a second, guys.
I'm gonna try to keep connected with you. Okay. All right, baby. I love you too.
Careful. All right, my bad there. Uh, if his joke didn't offend anyone, then why did you time him out? No, you can never get rid of all the trolls. And the thing is, especially with these lives, there's always new people popping up, and some people just seem to get their rocks off, scrolling YouTube and jumping on people's lives and saying way out shit. And it's funny because it's shit that they would never say to your face. You know what I mean? So nobody's in charge. If you have a wrench, you can do what you need to do. What was his joke? Did I even see it? Yeah, definitely help out over there if you can, uh, Biggie. Okay. Can we see your arch? What? Hi, Luca. What's up, baby boy? Love you, baby boy. Luca's my grandson, by the way. Yeah, and that's an absolutely correct statement that respect is learned more than anything in prison. Oh yeah, you can a lot of times you can tell when somebody's been to the joint, you know, just by the things they're willing to talk about and the way they approach things. Um, a lot of the people that I keep company with out of work are the most respectful people you will ever meet until it's no longer until respect no longer applies. Once you cross that line, then that goes out the window. You know what I mean? But yeah, like there's definitely not enough that do that are either lonely or drunk. Yeah. Um, but yeah. Oh, that's good. What's up, Big Chunk? How you doing, baby boy? Say bang bang Niner gang. The bull is good YouTube fun. Crazy ass farmer and his bulls. Did I miss something there? He said it. Let me tell you guys the backstory on that one. Uh, so my grandson, Luca, Big Chunk, I call him. Uh, his dad is a Cowboy fan. I'm a Niner fan, as most of you know. So I'm constantly with my grandchildren saying "Bang Bang Niner Gang," see if they'll say it, because I'm trying to convert all my grandchildren over to the righteous way in football of being a 49er fan. And shout out to the Cowboys. They beat them Eagles tonight or earlier today. I was happy to hear that. Good morning from Chile, Vermont. Shout out to Vermont. Hope you're doing well, Agent 892. Some folks think keyboard warrior ingredients make them smart. Yeah. Currently 20. Oh, it's cold. Yeah, they did. I didn't really watch any football at all today, to be honest with you. I watched a little bit of the Rams and the Bucks, and honestly, didn't really care. Once the Rams started getting that ass, I was like, you know what? Let's go. We went and bought some Christmas lights for the house. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have a whole lot of interest, like I said. So, you know, hard at first. So glad that we caught up. Yeah, yeah. That was a good win for you guys. So, what's everybody's plans for Thanksgiving? Unfortunately, uh, I just noticed realized that we are in the 12th week of the season, and I never noticed. Yeah, the season's going by pretty quick, to be honest. Agent 802 says I'm working. I am too, bro. Unfortunately, uh, Coco says I'm the turkey. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to be stuck at work that night too. But you know, lost this year for Thanksgiving. We'll be thinking of you guys. We'll definitely have you in our thoughts as well. Just be safe getting down there and back. You know, definitely that Cone Pass is probably going to be pretty wild that day. So just be very careful. Okay, I think I'm figuring it out. So you're Cora, and the other one is Q. Yeah, so we went and bought some lights for the house. We had the little lights last year. We wanted the bigger ones this year. So bought a couple of strings of lights to put up, and 224 out. Yeah. And that's the thing. What would you do for 1K? 1K ain't shit anymore, to be honest with you. So not much. I go to work for about, I don't know, 3.5 days, and that's 1K. So yeah, I'm gonna send you some gifts on here. Okay, thank you for the gifts, Mona. My Tuesday is my daughter's birthday, and she's being a brat. Oh, yeah, projector Christmas lights. Yeah, I've seen that, bro. Yeah, let's hear it, Nitrogen Bob. Why my name is changed on here, but it's still. Yeah, I noticed that. Like everybody is at all of a sudden. I don't know if that YouTube changed that or what that is, but I'd take it and clock into work, right? Yeah. I play the lotto a little bit, and I always tell myself, even if I hit for $1 million, right? I would still have to go to work. You know what I mean? Like living in California, like I'll buy a house, I'll pay off my car, and probably have a little bit of fun, but I'd still have to go to work. Yeah, that 1K is gone in a second. Exactly. You know, yeah, $1 million ain't shit here. Exactly, solid. You know, so Vermont is a double tax state. Yeah, I mean, in that million, honestly, what's it going to be? 500K by the time they get done taxing the hell out of it. So if you hit rich, you would stay in California. That's something I think about, Tapwood. If I won one of them big jackpots, like 100 mil or something in free and clear, I think I've always thought I would buy some land somewhere, probably not in California, somewhere that's more tax friendly, maybe, and like buy, 20, 30, 50 acres and build a family compound there where we'd have the main house that we live in, and then all my kids would have a house a mile down the road or something. That way, they're close enough where I can get there if I need to, but they're far enough to where we're not all in the same place all the time. You know what I mean? So on this hill, and I guess one of the older guys went down the hill same time as a different guy went up the hill. Oh, that sucks, bro. Were they all right? Yeah, and that's what it seems like, Like I try to think I'd be smart with it, but I don't know. I tend to be, I want to look out for others, and I think, if I won 100 million or something, I think I would set up things to help others that need it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go down that rabbit hole on this live right now, but like I was thinking, maybe set up a fund for people like to pay off their cars or something. Like just give people a little bit of relief in their lives that are working and doing the best they can to make the best life they can for their families. But I don't know how far that would go. I don't know. The guy going down the hill actually broke his neck, and the other guy broke his. Oh wow, that sucks, bro. After taxes, she walks away with less than. Yeah, yeah. The more you make, the more they take, right? I'm dirty poor and doing fine in California. Yeah, and you can, if you haven't liked yet, like right now and follow if you're not following. Thank you, Cora. Hi, Bobby. I don't know if you remember me. Landry. That name sounds familiar. How you doing, Landry? That's my dream too, Bobby. Guard the garden plot and farm animals and family homes on the far ends. Yeah, yeah, that is life changing cash. Oh man, that sucks that they had to be helicoptered out. If I win 100 million, I'd literally take 10 and dish the rest out in trust or scholarships, kind of thing. If I had a shit ton of money, I'd help folks like my man who, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm not destined to be a wealthy individual. Our 49ers are playing versus the Panthers tomorrow morning. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And I'm looking. I'll go live after that game tomorrow night. I don't think I'll be live during the game. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. An actual game where I can sit down and actually be up and pay attention to it. It ought to be fun. I'm a 49er fan, Landry. I sponsor young artists and animal enthusiasts. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And CEOs have way too much the world's wealth and hoarding to the point where everyone is affected. Yeah, so I don't know. I think if I hit it, I would definitely do a lot of good things for a lot of people, but I'd also go broke. I'd be broke in no time. You know what I mean? I wouldn't quit the day job. Let's just say that. I mean, 100 million, that's a different story. I think I would probably put about 20 million of that into some sort of long-term fund where I can't touch it, but it just like pays dividends or something. And then like I would break it up like that. What's up? What's up, Reed Henderson? Uh my company makes 14.6 million per year, not included. Wow, yeah, that's a lot of money. That's the best. The Warning is the best artist ever. Who's The Warning? I don't know who that is. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to run and refill the coffee real quick. We'll keep it going for a little bit. Hey, while I refill the coffee, go ahead and subscribe, like, drop your comments, do all that stuff. All right, got the coffee refill. I think it's time for the doggos to make their appearance. Come on, Stormy, you gonna say hi to the people? Okay, let's see. What did I miss? Well, there's Stormy. She's got to make her appearance and say hi to everybody. Look them up when you get a chance. What kind of car did I have back in the day? I started with a 78 Cutlass. That was my shit. The Warning is music, my art is visual. I'm going to check you out later. Yeah, go over and subscribe to Solid Behind Blue Eyes. I think you guys will enjoy that channel as well and become a part of the movement over there. She does a lot with prison reform and the injustices that happen in the prison system. So definitely go check that out. But yeah, so we got the holidays coming up. My favorite time of the year. I know for some people it's a really tough time of the year. So, if you need some help, definitely reach out. Don't let your ego get in the way of reaching out for help if you need it. I didn't really watch anything today. I watched uh, a little bit of the Rams and the Bucks, and was watching game day final. I should get a Santa hat. I have one. It's not time yet. We got to get past Thanksgiving first. But once we get past Thanksgiving next week, we'll put up the Christmas tree. We'll get the lights up on the house and everything. And yeah, that's a good win for them boys today. I'm a Niner fan, so full disclosure there. But yeah, if your team has a better record than me, I want you to lose every week until my team has a better record. But yeah, tomorrow night, Niners, Panthers. I'll definitely be checking that out. I might go live for a little bit during it. We'll see, Yeah. All right. Apparently, we have a dumbass in the group. Mods. Sorry, I took care of it. I'm not going to be able to watch any of the Thanksgiving games. I'm going to be at work, bro. That's a normal work day, Thursday for me. But on the bright side, I will get 10 hours of holiday pay and then 10 hours of regular pay. So that's going to be a good day. And then if I pick up the Saturday, that's overtime. And then they give us an extra $100 to come in on an extra day. So should make for a fantastic week. Maybe get some Christmas stuff out of the way, So mods lock in. All good, all good. Yeah, nah, I took care of him. I sent him packing. What do I do? Says Larry Boom. I am a truck driver, but my channel is about sobriety. And we talk about whatever is in the chat pretty much, like if all you gotta do is subscribe and hit that notification bell. And when I go live, come on and become a part of the conversation. This is my weekly check-in with my friends from all across the country, basically. Some are closer. Broncos are having a fantastic season, Raphael. I'm a Niner fan, you know what I mean? So I was hoping the Chiefs were going to lose today and we can get one step closer to them not making the playoffs, but apparently they pulled that one off. So nice. You're off. You got the whole week off? That's awesome, bro. Good stuff. The world. You have some all over the world. Who do I think will win the Super Bowl? I think it's still too early to say, to be honest. I'll tell you, there are some teams that I did not expect. Yeah, they did. The Chiefs beat the Colts today, though, in overtime in Kansas City. I was hoping, I'm a hater. I don't like the Chiefs. Every time we played them in the Super Bowl, the refs forgot to throw flags. So I'm bitter. Screw them Chiefs. But I will say the Patriots and the Broncos are shocking the hell out of me this year. The Colts, too. Like, these teams are really good. And I did not expect Danny Dimes to do that well over there, Cheeseheads all the way. Go Packers. Packers have been weird this year. I don't know what's going on with them. I expected them to be better, to be honest. You know what I mean? Loyal to Steelers too, yeah. That's right. So thank you for the 100. I appreciate that. What does that say? You have people that tap in from the UK, from the Philippines, and India, sometimes Africa. That's awesome. Yeah, that's good stuff. This internet thing is amazing, right? Like you can basically set down your phone and talk to it in your garage and get people from all over the place. It's such an awesome thing, you know? I don't know how I got those jewels. Yeah, I don't know how that stuff works, but I appreciate that. Yeah, Patriots 10-2. I did not expect that. I did not expect that at all. They're looking really good. But I would say, as far as who looks really good for the Super Bowl, man, I'm thinking the AFC is leading the way right now. You know, I mean, there's still enough games left to where somebody can get hot like the Niners. Excuse me. But yeah, the Patriots and the Broncos, I think they're the front runners right now. So, butthole surfers rule. Okay, cool. Alrighty then. It's a weird new thing, the jewels. I think it equals money. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. I keep seeing stuff pop up, but I don't know. Like Landry sent clutch. I honestly I don't know what that means, but thank you for the clutch. Oh, the butthole surfers were banned. I got you. Okay, I thought so. Yeah, it's me sending them. Okay, thank you, Landry. I appreciate that. What does it mean though? When I don't get what it means when you send them. I appreciate you sending them, but absolutely, they are bad. Okay, so I'll come back and end the live. Have a great rest of your night too, as well, Big E. I appreciate you. It's like a currency. I think. Okay, well, I really appreciate you sending those my way. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, I don't. We'll see how much longer we go here. Maybe another 15 minutes or so. We'll see. Depends on how the chat goes. You know, I did heard the next year Super Bowl is going. Yeah, it is going to be in San Francisco. Appreciate the high five, Tapwood. Uh, and thank you for the GLHF Landry. Like I said, if I don't say thank you to everybody that sends something, my apologies. I'm just trying to figure this stuff out. Definitely, definitely solid. Thank you for the 100 Tapwood and the party hat. uh, big game tomorrow for y'all with the NFC. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, what's up, Sports Jazz fan? How you doing? Man, that was a tough loss to the Rams last week, bro. I thought you guys had that shit. And honestly, I wanted you to beat them, you know? But yeah, we got you guys week 18. I'm looking forward to. I sound stupid, but who are you guys playing? Oh, we got the Carolina Panthers. And I don't know what to think of that game. They got us like a 7-point favorite, but with Carolina, they're kind of like us. They're kind of inconsistent in what they're doing. Like last week, Bryce Young passed for like 500 yards. So I'm hoping our offense can keep humming and we can just keep on rolling. Like we're a big favorite in this game, so we should whoop on them. But yeah, and it is a home game, so that should be awesome. Like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I like the primetime games. Thank you for the marshmallow high. I like the primetime games because I'm able to actually sit down and enjoy them. You know what I mean? So I was so disappointed to lose to the Rams. Thought we battled hard going toe to toe with one of the best teams, but we'll see them again. Just like we'll see. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I think the NFC West. Back to the talking about potential Super Bowl. I think the NFC West will have at least the NFC Championship game is going to see an NFC West team, if not the Super Bowl. Just because you got the Rams, you got the Seahawks, and you got the Niners. I know the Niners aren't quite in the category of those other two teams just yet. Our defense is garbage right now with all the injuries. But, there ain't no excuses. It's next man up, The one hating on my OKC. Oh, okay. So I'm going to go have a good night and good luck. Hey, I appreciate you, Landry. And yeah, like I said, I should be back on like probably right after the game tomorrow. If not, maybe I might go live at halftime or something. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So, anyways, yeah, so I think this was a good one tonight, guys. I appreciate everybody tapping in. I appreciate all the high fives and the different things you guys have sent me. I wish I understood that stuff better, but yeah, I do appreciate it. So, it's all about the family, though, right? Ultimately, uh, with the holidays coming up, you never know. My whole thing is this: you never know when that last holiday is going to be. You get to spend with your loved ones. You know what I mean? So, I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the comments, guys. You have to appreciate the time that you have because life is too short, 60, 70 years, if you're lucky, can be gone in the blink of an eye. So, cherish those around you during this holiday season. Don't let stupid shit like politics get in the way, If you're struggling with addiction, get clean for a couple days and go see the family. You know what I mean? Like, I can't tell you how many holiday seasons I missed with the family because drugs were more important. Or because the drugs had taken me somewhere I didn't want to be. So, yeah, that's kind of my message. Cowboys and Chiefs. Ooh, I hope the Cowboys win that one too. I'm not a Cowboy fan, but Packers Lions. That ought to be a really good game. I don't know what the Lions are this year, to be honest with you. I thought they were going to be a super powerhouse coming in, but let me wrap this up. Let me finish what I was saying. Whatever's going on, if your politics are different than other family members, put that shit aside. Go enjoy Thanksgiving, go enjoy Christmas, go enjoy the time that you have, because before you know it, that time is gone. And then you will wish that whatever side of the political aisle you were on doesn't really matter. It really don't matter all that much, Put that shit aside, enjoy each other's company, and celebrate the holidays. And if you're going through some things, if you have somebody to reach out to, reach out. And if you're not going through some things and you haven't heard from a friend for a while, maybe reach out to them as well and just make sure they're doing okay. Because these holiday times are really hard for some people. And, it don't take much to pick up the phone and, take a minute or two and just check on the people that you care about. You know what I mean? Hit the like before you depart, like Tapwood said. If you're new here, subscribe. Have a good night, everybody. I appreciate everybody participating. You guys are what make this worth doing. You know what I mean? Like I said, I didn't really even want to get on tonight, but I wanted to get on there and see what my friends are up to. And you guys came through as usual, so I appreciate you. enjoy the. I'll be on tomorrow night, but enjoy the holidays. They only come once a year, you know, and you never know. You know, there might be an empty seat at the table next year, and you know, was it really worth it because you support a political individual or you're against a political individual? And honestly, none of these political individuals give a shit about us. All they care about is our vote. You know what I mean? So, love your family and love your friends. And I'm going to leave it right there, guys. Uh, faith, family, fitness, and freedom are the things that allow me to get my life together, and they can help you as well. You know, find a meeting or something if you're struggling. Don't look at the mountain. Just start climbing. Have a good one, guys. I appreciate you all. Much love and respect.